last week we showed a clip, maybe on Monday, the Range Day Bro clip. Guy on Manex sends me a message saying, Pat, that Range Day Bro clip you played was great, but a guy just sent me something showing a complete different thing. Fast forward the Range Day Bro clip to about 4 minutes. Keep going, and go a little bit more. Okay, back up a little bit, Rob. Back up a little bit. Where it shows the headset on Charlie's ear. Go back. Let's see if we're going to see it or not. Go back a little bit. So he's showing this part. Ah, man. Okay, right there. Play it from right there, Rob.
Comes in.
I don't see a bullet coming in anywhere.
In that circle area. You have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then the exit wound emerges.
You're also going to find out this guy talks out both sides of his mouth. He'll say something like, the FBI is lying, the official narrative is lying, and then he'll say, I'm not accusing anybody of anything.
What matters is that the official narrative is not true.
See that,
again,
that
whether
thing
the
that comes
FBI
out, it
knows
looks like
or
it's
not that
blood,
they're
right?
lying.
They will say it's 100% conclusive,
So,
or it's already been proven.
It looked like blood. Even we thought it was blood, right? Now, Rob, go fast forward at a different angle with him. Just fast forward the clip and go until he shows the angle. Keep going. Okay. Right there. Go back about 20 seconds. Okay, play it from right there. Go ahead.
So we're going through here step by step, frame by frame until we find it. So that right there, you can see his reaction right here. So this is what I believe to be the first frame capturing his reaction of anything from the bullet. So now here, when you look around his ear, I believe that is
one
the
of those
wire.
earpiece, like, you know, the wire when you speak.
And it's often a transparent type wire. Now let's go ahead one more frame.
That comes up, so it looks like it's blood.
Now behind him. That is certainly not blood splatter like this guy falsely claimed. And also, where's the blood dripping that he was claiming was dripping on the side of Charlie's head? There is no blood there because there was no entry wound here.
That's his
One
opinion,
more frame. You can see that it was up in the air. You can see it's still right there, still vertical. And now it's right there. It just flung behind his head. And it's kind of going diagonal right there. And keep your eye right there on that spot. You're going to see it disappear on the next frame. See, it moved up and gone already because of the force of the impact. Now, nowhere here is there any type of entry wound. You would have seen an explosive entry wound by now, just like we did from the views from the front, which shows that there was absolutely 0 shots hitting Charlie from this side. So anybody that tries to show you a video from
pause it right there. Okay, so remember, guys, this is why I love what's going on right now. Because everybody is what? Reacting to whatever they have and reacting to whatever they have. Tom, when you see this, what do you think about?
Well, I want to see all the perspectives and all the angles. I don't want to keep seeing, you know, Charlie and the moment of passing there. But I want to know for sure what's up. And everybody that is a forensic analyst is saying the same thing. They said, that does not look like an entry wound on the front of his neck. That does not look like an entry wound. That looks like an exit wound. You have hunters that have talked about this. You have people that are coroners that have talked about this. And so the question is, okay, how did such a cataclysmic wound happen there? And you know, the bullet, Man of Steel, was lodged in there. Okay, is somebody going to do ballistics? So I'm waiting for conclusive data from a real investigation, other than, hey, his DNA was on this firearm. Okay, but had the firearm been fired? You know, and do we have ballistics on the bullet that you said was found in his neck, just below the skin? I want to see all these angles, and I'm glad that one is keeping others in check. But man, that's an exit wound from the front. That's my opinion based on the folks that I'm watching who are experts in these kind of forensics. And so the question is, how do you get that kind of a wound?
Vinny.
I'm with Tom 100%. They're claiming, this is the FBI and everybody, that it was the 30-06. It was not a 30-06. The official narrative is not official. And this guy is just another, and I get 100%, it looks like an earpiece, but from anybody that shot guns and knows about this type of thing, that if it was a 30-06, it would have been a completely he would have been it would have been disgusting. It would have been a lot worse than what you guys saw. Number one. Number two, all this footage, just camera phones sucked in and it's blurry. The main footage is the HD camera that was sitting behind Charlie shooting down, capturing him and the entire crowd. But somebody from Turning Point grabbed it, was all sneaky with it, put it in a hat and give it to another guy that ran off. And we're supposed to just take their word that this guy handed it off after he looked at it and gave it to the FBI. I'm sorry. I don't believe the official narrative.
You called the school. What
I
happened
called
when you called
yesterday.
the school?
I called, and Amanda was with me. She recorded it. I called UVU, and I called to the main desk, and I said, "Hey, I'm with such and such." I made up a thing, and I said, "I'm trying to find out if you guys, because the construction that's happening right now is unbelievable. It doesn't even look like what it is right now, okay? Doesn't make sense." I said, "Who do I talk to? You guys just had, and I apologize, you guys had the biggest assassination since JFK on your campus. Was there scheduled construction on the exact site where this happened? Can you comment on that?" He goes, let me direct you to the right place. Your conversations, you're typing, sends me to like maintenance or something like that. And it's a female that picks up. And I go, "Hey, I'm so-and-so with media." I go, "I'm just curious. Did you guys have construction set up?" Whispering, talking to I can't talk to you about that. I go, no, hold on one second. I don't need information about the shooting or nothing like that. Did you guys have scheduled maintenance? Because I would assume that if it's an assassination at this magnitude, you would leave the crime scene for potential bullets, potential fragments, other things to recreate in the scene. There's stuff in that ceiling, that overhead, Pat. That there's cameras. There's an opening that you could get in there. I'm like, how is this normal? Who made the decision? I can't say anything. Let me give you the information to our VP of Strategic and Communications Management. I called her 3 times. I don't even want to say her name. I called 3 times. Nobody picked up, and I left the message. I'm just trying to figure out with this type of magnitude. And you know what's insane? For how many minutes after, not one police officer went there and secured the crime scene. I've watched multiple videos. I've watched aftermath of videos. I saw people coming and stealing hats off a truck and throwing them. Some guy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" There's no way this type of cover-up. And the fact that when you
That's
called
a fact that you law enforcement should have shown up and taped the
Why
scene.
didn't they?
And you know what's crazy?
Just like Butler.
They were
Why
there, though.
didn't they?
I don't know, but you know what's crazy, Pat? I saw a cop. One cop basically had his gun drawn while they were bringing Charlie, God rest his soul, to the vehicle. Your job, bro, is to go... This idiot, and by the way, Candace yesterday was talking about this guy, Pat. She knows him. She goes, "Never has this guy ever been around when we were on tour."
This who? Back up a second and say who we're talking about.
The guy with the camera that was taking the SD card
Who
out.
stood on the chair.
Who stood? Think about this, guys. It's a crime scene. You're moving the chair that he was shot. There's probably evidence in there if there was, God forbid, a bullet in there. He's climbing up there, moving everything, and nobody's saying anything? Common sense 101. You're touching the crime scene. That's the main event. That camera has everything. Okay, and I'm sorry. People are like, "Who do you trust?" Get Israel, get all that out of there. The way that it was handled and the fact that his friends and everybody else have just moved on and they're worrying about Turning Point does not sit with me well, Pat. And I'm talking about my mom. I'm talking about people from all walks of life are like, something doesn't feel right.
Whose mom?
My mom, my aunt, my cousins, my friends. I'm having messages from people that I haven't talked to in years that are like, "I know I watched the show and everything." They go, "None of us feel like what we're being told is the truth. Not with Tyler, not with none of it is adding up. The boyfriends disappeared. Now they're trying to say that Tyler didn't even step foot on the campus
so let me
that
ask you
day."
this. What do you think is going to end up happening?
Just like every single time, PBD, they always get away with it. Evil on this sense, they get away with it because we're almost 3 weeks into it, and I know some of her points are a little out there. She's the only one. Nobody from their side is asking questions like this. If you were my friend, Pat, and I died, I would want you to be like, "Wait a minute, why are you touching shit? Who has the footage?" And it doesn't add up. Tyler doesn't
What do you
even
think's
add
going to
up.
happen, Tom?
So I'm thinking 3 things. Actually more like 2. The first is there are hard facts that dots aren't connecting. Did he fire one shot from up on top? Crowd reaction appears to be a little different. And he really ran off that way with that gun of that size in that jacket or blanket, whatever he had there. He was walking peg leg down the street with the gun down the leg of his pants. You know, there's things on the Tyler angle that don't add up. Why is this older gentleman standing up when everybody would be ducking down? You know, I was in a restaurant when a gunshot went off in a bar. One gunshot. Everybody was on the ground. We were all under the tables until a server said, you know, our security guy took the guy outside. Nobody got shot. But I've seen that. So that's one point in my life when I was in college. I heard a gunshot indoors. You're all down. Yep. Why is this old guy standing up waving a hat? So I see little facts like this that just don't seem to add up. Why wasn't there police there taping up the scene? Why are people taking cameras that would be holding footage that would be of great interest to the FBI? Why is the Utah governor coming to the microphone? We got him, and we got the gun. It reminds me, if you read Oswald, they did the same thing. They held up the Italian gun,
everybody took the photos,
and then they talked about Oswald, and a day later they killed Oswald.
Yeah, weird.
Brandon, what do you think happened? What do you think's going on?
So these facts bother me. There's my headline, Pat. The facts that we can have
Brandon, what are you
bother
thinking?
me.
So the only thing I could say for certain is that we're clearly not being told everything that the FBI knows. We're not being told everything the hospital knows. We're not being told everything Turning Point knows. And that was one of the things I was most excited about for this administration, was the notion of having a transparent FBI for the first time, where, you know, we know the games they play for, like, with the JFK stuff, with the Butler, Pennsylvania stuff, and even the Epstein stuff. But, you know, we're not getting that. And you would think that somebody like Kirk, who was almost the most responsible person for getting Trump elected, like Trump could be in jail if it wasn't for Charlie Kirk with what the Democrats wanted to do for him. You would think that he would have come down with more vengeance and more curiosity about what happened to Kirk and spoke about that more. So I'm surprised to see that from Trump's end, that he's not more curious about what happened to Kirk. I'm surprised that Kash Patel's not being more transparent and forceful to find out what happened. And then not only that, they're withholding stuff from us in addition to not being transparent about. So I don't think there's enough to say for certain who might have done it, but I can say for certain that we don't know everything they know, and they're like they're forcing us to come up with these theories and alternate opinions because they're deceptive.
How long are you willing to be patient? Like, actually, Hanlon's razor, okay?
Achman?
Hanlon's razor.
What's that one?
Hanlon's razor, if you pull it up, Rob, I'll read it. Hanlon's razor is...
Never attribute to malice.
Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity, Tom, or
a mistake.
So it suggests that negative events or poor actions are more often the result of ignorance, incompetence, carelessness, or other non-malicious factors than intentional evil or malice. Let's take this as innocent until proven guilty perspective real quick. Mm-hmm. None of this stuff makes sense. Bullet goes in here, shouldn't be an explosion. Bullet goes in here, it comes out because the damage doesn't go in like that. The damage comes out. So I'm with you. I'm on the same page. Mm-hmm. That coming out looks like it didn't come this way because at first we thought it was blood squirting. It's not blood squirting. It was actually things. So that's good that we're seeing that. The guy standing up automatically and starts walking towards the area being shot is the same guy that was there on 9/11. And then the guy putting the chip in the hat and walking, all this stuff, I'm with it. But to me, I guess the question I'm asking is, how long? Imagine you're them, you are Kash, you're doing the investigation. How long should you have to get to the bottom of this? I guess that's the part that we don't know. And what is the protocol? What are you supposed to go through? What's supposed to be the process? How many people are you interviewing? How many people are you supposed to be talking to? You know, the fact that you're seeing the place being fixed up, and that's where the shooting was, and you get it fixed. Have they made an announcement why they did the construction?
Absolutely not.
It's not just
Has the
fixed up,
school
Pat.
made
It's
any
changed?
I totally get it.
No
Rob,
autopsy.
is there any announcement by the university why they've done that?
No, I took a look this morning. I could not find a single news article, nothing about any type of construction that was being planned
Can
Can
either.
you send me? Is that clip on Twitter?
I have her number
Is
again,
that is that number?
Yes.
Pat, should I call her again?
There was no autopsy, right?
What is the?
I'm gonna call her name is Ellen. I could call them right now.
Call them right now.
Okay. I love this.
Call them right now. This is what? This is the university. Rob,
is
can we
UVU.
call and you just
Hang on 1 second.
hang? What I'm trying to find out is
Z. I'm doing it.
All we want to know is one thing. Have you made the announcement of...
Utah is a one-party consent state, so you're good.
So I can do this?
But Florida's two-party.
So you can't do that. You
yeah.
can't do that.
Well, but this is
So-
all I've been getting. Nobody picks up. the
I know. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
okay.
So what I want to do is I'm going to ask the question to see if they've made the announcement. You don't just fix up the place that got shot up and not make an announcement about it. So play as if you're on the inside. What's your argument? Don't play the devil's advocate. Play the opposite of devil's advocate, which is, what do you call the opposite of devil's advocate? What is the antonym of devil's advocate? How do you
God's advocate.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I'm
because,
saying? Like
one
how do
being the
you
opposite,
play
opposite opinion.
like they're doing everything truthfully.
Okay.
What's your argument? You're on Cash's team. Give that argument.
On Cash's team, it's like, I mean, the
Well,
shooter.
you would say that it would be because they don't want to give evidence away that would be pertinent to know on the FBI side. But Cash is the one that came out and said, "Hey, we got him," before they even had him. So that contradicts the notion of them trying to withhold things from the public.
Yeah, saying that you have a shooter that fast before you actually had the shooter doesn't add any credibility to you, which you've already lost the
But
credibility.
remember, you're not doing it. Just do it for a second.
Well, they're Hanlon's
You're the spokesperson for them, and you truly know everything they know. Okay? Speak on their behalf. What do you say?
Hey, I respect the public's curiosity here. It's a horrible thing that happened to a very public figure. This is an active investigation. There are multiple angles that are being pursued here, and we have to pursue those and complete the investigation without tipping off people or without framing it through the media, and we can't lose our opportunity to prosecute because certain things are misrepresented in the media. So you need to let us do our work. We're interviewing a lot of people and following a lot of leads. Now I'm stuck. So let's say I'm the press secretary for the FBI. Says, well, so why did you say you have you got him? If there's a second shooter, don't you have to come forward and say you don't got him? So in that case, Pat, it would be hard for me. Now how do I spin from the inside? So you're saying maybe you don't got him. You're saying you're still investigating him. Either you got him and you're done, FBI, or you're pursuing other leads, still looking into it. Which is it, sir? And you're kind of stuck. But from the inside, that's what I would be saying.
What's up, Rob?
It's interesting. There's some construction information that's been released by the Utah Valley University, but none of it has to do with the building that you guys are mentioning or where Charlie was shot. So they released a student center remodel. There's an article about that. There's also the Scott M. Smith building that they were constructing. There's also the stadium that they're going to be using. So they do issue announcements regarding construction ongoing at the campus. There's nothing written
that
about
one.
where Charlie was shot and construction being done there.
Weird. It's so weird.
Here's the problem. The problem is it's hard to make a case for them. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make a case why it's if let's just say the school does have that construction scheduled. You're the FBI. You're the local PD. Guys, you're not touching this for 3 weeks.
Yeah, a week.
Can you
been
look
3
up,
weeks.
Rob? What is the longest a crime scene stayed intact?
Good question.
What is the longest a crime scene stayed intact just to get all evidence?
Or the average amount of time even.
I want to know the longest. I want to know the longest, not the average time. I want to know, because shortly, average is going to be probably 8 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. But what is the longest a crime scene stayed intact? And maybe that's not the question, Rob. Tom, what's the question? Are we asking a question the right way? Do you know what I'm trying to ask?
Standard,
No, it
standard
is.
practice, maybe?
Yeah, what is
Good
what is
question,
the
standard
stand?
modern. 400, okay. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
You're saying like
I'm
if
talking
there was
a
a
murder scene. Like, what's the longest?
40 plus days later in homes
Years
or hitting
later.
containers.
40
Yeah,
years later.
years.
No, but that's not real. What I'm asking is, what is the longest in America after a murder took place that the FBI asked to keep the murder scene untouched for them to investigate the entire, homicide? Okay. I want to know this question because I want to make comps. I want to make comparisons. Let's look at this here. In Joe's Bank in 1969, the FBI exhumed the body. This decades later, don't get the DNA of Donald Johnson. If you liked it, I can. No, I want to know how, because let's just say we'll look this up. Shouldn't be hard to find this, Rob. I just don't know if we're asking a question the right way. Let's just say if there's cases where it was 40 days, it better be bigger than this assassination. Let's say there's cases that's 2.5 months. I'm sure there are. Why did you move so quickly on this one? I don't understand that. Leave the scene the way it is until we get everything figured out. Okay, so World Trade Center, 8 months. Okay, John and Ramsey House, Boulder, 6-year-old murderer, family home remained under investigation
For months.
Evidence was collected over a long span, but the house was eventually released and later sold. The house remained sealed and under investigation for months. Okay,
Yeah.
So John Benet Ramsey, 6-year-old murder, Oklahoma City bombing, okay, Manson family murders, crime scene for weeks. The Tate LaBianca houses were crime scenes for weeks, but eventually returned to owners. For weeks. That's weeks, bro.
Yep. Weeks.
Typical duration is most homicide scenes in the U.S. are held for days to weeks, sometimes months if the site is a large or high profile. Is this not a high profile? So do me a favor, Rob. Go with the question and ask, how long was Charlie Kirk scene kept, what do you call it?
Intact.
How long did it say?
How long did they say, I guess intact. How long was Charlie Kirk's crime scene kept intact in order to finish the investigation? Okay?
Why is that?
In order to finish the investigation. Okay? Let's see what it says here.
I mean, it reminds me of them hosing off the roof at Butler, Pennsylvania after that happened.
Yeah, you think?
Rob, how long was it? What does it say?
There isn't any record, credible evidence, court filings, or FBI
I don't understand
reports.
this, guys.
No.
No, I don't understand this because to me, what? What was that guy's, the something collector, Bone Collector? What was that
Bone
movie?
Collector with Denzel.
Denzel Washington and I don't know what it was.
So
but
there's a simple question I have. Why didn't the police secure the area and take all the photographs? They have these little number tents. Have you seen them? They say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah,
8.
they
They put them on the ground.
With
And
evidence.
they take photographs. Did anybody see any of that here?
No, and there was police presence.
So there's a simple, without going conspiracy,
No.
simple fact-based question. Why didn't law enforcement, campus police, local police, FBI, sequester and photograph everything the way that we see it?
Let me ask you a question. If this happens to me and my wife tells the FBI, I don't want you to investigate it, does the FBI still has a duty to go out there and investigate it?
Well, she just made herself the first suspect.
Yeah, that increases the odds of the investigation.
I mean,
But if family says we're good, we're moved. I'm trying to find out who has the authority to say, you know how sometimes somebody commits a crime against you, we're not filing any charges. Can that immediately stop an investigation?
I don't think so.
Shouldn't the FBI and the police department still, even if
No,
you
in the
forgive
case
them,
of in the case of simple battery or things like this, I can decide. So you punch me.
too many questions.
You punch me in a restaurant. There are no cameras in the restaurant, nothing anywhere.
And you know where I'm at.
And there's
I told
no
you where I'm at.
witnesses.
It's not obviously private conversation, but
and guess what? The more and more I think about that, the more and more yours is making sense. And so, Pat, my cousin Mike's wife Nina just messaged me. Her kids were at the Saugus school shooting. They closed the whole school down for 5 days. 5 days. Nobody went
you
to the
closed, and was anybody killed?
Saugus. Yeah,
How many?
He started shooting. I don't remember how many people, but
5 days.
5 days. The school was shut down.
And for Charlie Kirk to be assassinated,
days after it was construction. Days after they were already digging up the floor.
So by the way, if anybody is sitting here and you're like, you guys are going down the rabbit hole, I can't believe you're doing this. Do you know what you're doing? You're giving credibility to everybody that's going down the rabbit hole by simply doing what you just did. So you got other instances, you want to stay there for 4 or 5 weeks, sometimes 2 months. At one case, house, no one goes in it for nearly 8 months, and you're telling me for this one, nobody wants to come and investigate to see what happened there? You're doing this to yourself.
Yep.
You're doing this to yourself. By the way,
Hey, Rob, pull this. Just search for murder scene investigation.
Pat,
photos.
three
And
killed
then
in
just find
Saugus,
it. And
3
let's look
injured.
at the yellow
He
tape.
killed 3 people.
Go images.
Quick question though. So
Take a look right here. You see this? That's it. This is FBI taping it off. Everything would get tagged, Pat. And look at all the pictures they would take here. How many items they have there? They have in this isn't Charlie Kirk, but in this FBI investigation,
Everything, look at there's a
there are
phone.
75 points that are being photographed.
Just from what we see. Just from what we see. And they just walked away from it. That's gross negligence or incompetence. Like what?
Look
you
at
guys
that.
are being negligent.
I was just about to say that. I think Hanlon's razor, I mean, who made that the universal principle? Like, I almost think it could be the opposite of that sometimes. Don't attribute to stupidity what could be attributed to malice. 'Cause, I mean, what's
No,
more-
I think Hanlon's razor is necessary. It's what makes America so great. Justice, right? Innocent till proven guilty. Okay? Yes, trust, but verify. So this is the part where I have questions. And by the way, we're not even professionals. We don't do this for a living. We're just asking basic questions that you don't have the answers for. And in any case, if you come to me and you say, Dad, I want this. No. Well, you did it for my brother. And you're like, oh, shit. Okay. So guess what? The natural reaction is to do what? To get a comp. My offer is $800,000. This is a $1.1 million house. No, it's an $800,000 house. Why? Because a house that was built after yours in better condition with recent upgrades, with one additional bedroom and a swimming pool, and 0.1 acre bigger than yours sold for $798,000, and I'm giving you $800,000. And that happened 3 months ago. I'm using the comp.
Yes.
So to me, the comp on this is, if you've spent weeks at a different place, and this is the biggest story, the biggest assassination we've had in America the last 60 years, and you move this quickly, I don't know. To me, the biggest thing is this, by the way, okay? To me, the biggest thing is when the conversations comes about, well, it's Israel. Nope, I'm not putting it there. To me, the conversation, well, they had a meeting because of this. Okay, Bill Ackman shows the text. To me, the conversation is, okay, you want to debunk those or whatever? Fine. To me, but then if you're hearing conversations about, no, man, why don't you guys want to ask more questions to see what happened? Guess what? You give credibility. That's the area where you're like, there's a point there. There's a point of what's going on here. You want me to sit on the sidelines and think that's it? No, your comp sucks. You're losing. By the way, again, this goes back to the Epstein situation, where you ask, again, too suspicious that all of these things are going on. Who are you protecting? Who are you hiding? Who are you defending? Who are you worried about? Of course, we heard the one story that the guy comes out and says, Bill Clinton, yes, but Trump, no, right? What was that one?
The DOJ for James O'Keefe for Project Veritas.
O'Keefe. Yeah, and so, okay. No, he didn't do anything for us. Yeah, he actually did for you, right? So we learned. But you make people be skeptical. So to me, yeah, the construction of Utah Valley University campus site where Charlie Kirk was assassinated involves removing the bloodstains, grass, and replacing it with bricks, creating a makeshift memorial area where people can leave mementos. There are no confirmed detail on additional permanent structures beyond this modification. What type of construction is being done at the campus?
Bro.
And you do it that quickly?
No.
They say the scene was held for 8 to 14 days before releasing it.
Yeah.
That's according to Grok.
Guess what?
Yeah.
That's not what I saw where students were recording going, look, they're already digging it up. I'm just curious, too, from our audience, that poll that you ran, what's the percentage of them not being convinced about the official story? Do we have the... I'm curious to
It was
where...
like 82 to 18 last time I saw.
82% are like, no,
That's
not...
nearly 8,000 votes.
That's
saying that.
not believing it, and good for you guys.
Yeah.
You have to question for just this guy's, just for his for Charlie, bro, for his soul, like, because his friends aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Like, where is the whole? Everybody's moved on. They're on podcasts, smiling, and your boy, your husband, your guy that was running a $500 million company is gone. And y'all are just like, yeah, we're gonna just release old footage of him. We have tons. They used the word excited and smiled. I know everybody grieves in their own way, but guys, for his sake, take a time out with the future of TPUSA and find out what the hell's going on. Ask about that. George Zinn, I don't know where he is. I don't know where the child pedophilia on his phone is. There needs to be I hope they're doing it, guys, because you know
Let me
what's
ask
going to
you,
happen.
what is Tucker questioning?
I don't even. Have you guys even heard what Tucker had to say?
No, but
I haven't even.
we've seen cases like this where, the district attorney is downtown and all these people show up and they're holding little pieces of paper and they're usually quiet, like a vigil, and they say, answers for Ashley, right?
Yes.
And they have a picture of her and they're saying, holding it up like this. You've seen it, Pat, where
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
sitting there, and then they'll ambush the district attorney when he's walking out one day. We need answers for Ashley. What other investigation are you? We need answers. Where is everybody looking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed
Well,
in them.
what-
And the only thing Tucker did, because I haven't seen anything, because Tucker's been doing segments and guests and the 9/11 stuff, which was fantastic. The only thing that he did was the memorial. Which another question: why weren't Charlie's parents at the memorial? I'm very curious. If anybody knows, I get it. It's a tragic. Your son was assassinated. This is a big event. The president of the United States is there. Why weren't the parents there? I'm very, very curious as to that. I'm very, very curious, because you would think the parents would be at something like that monumental. That's something that big.
Have they spoken out?
I haven't
Have they
heard
said anything, Rob? Have they come out and said anything?
I
Charlie
have
Kirk's
not
parents?
seen anything. Let me
The only
check.
thing, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry, going back to my point, Tucker, the only thing Tucker did was speak at the memorial, and he said Jesus was speaking the truth and he was murdered. Same thing that happened. That was a quick speech to the point, and he left. And that was it.
But is he speculating and asking any questions?
I haven't heard
He is
anything.
heavily supportive of what's going on with Turning Point USA. Heavily. He's asking, whatever you guys need from me, I'm here for you.
Yes.
So what does that mean? Do you trust Tucker?
I trust Tucker.
So why is Tucker so supportive of Turning Point USA? You think he would
I think
if he had some questions?
well, I think immediately when it happened, he donated
$1 million.
$1 million. That's
But no, Tucker just a couple days ago on the Turning Point USA podcast says, whatever you guys need from me, I'm here for you guys. That's what he said immediately. And he is a guy that you would have seen in a situation like this questioning if he felt something he didn't trust.
and he's not.
He's not. He's just saying, hey, this is what's going on. I lost a friend. And he's moving with it. So this is what I'm about. I want to see what everybody else is saying because I want to see what's going on here. I want to see everything. If you can go through this season and just kind of hear some of the stuff out and not be controlled by the mob and jump to conclusion, you'll be ahead of the game. Naturally, you're going to want to gravitate towards somebody. Naturally, you're going to want to gravitate towards what you thinking happened. But reason is being willing to hear opposing arguments that contradicts your own argument, if your ego will permit to do that. And we're willing to do that. And we're willing to do that. This was a very special guy. Charlie is a very, very special guy, and he will not be replaced. There's not going to be a guy that's going to come and replace Charlie Kirk tomorrow. There's a bunch of guys that are going out there saying, hey, we're continuing what Charlie did. Like, yeah. Glad you're inspired. He's a good guy to replicate and duplicate, but he was a one of one, and may his soul rest in peace, as I'm certain it will. This shirt I'm wearing, I wear the white, I wear the blue, I wear the black. When you wear this shirt, you know what it feels like? You ever had somebody you love hugs you and tells you how amazing you are?
Cotton hands. With
Let
cotton
me,
hands.
let me tell you, I'm not kidding with you. Feel the material real quick. Feel the material real quick. Do you not feel the
I
love?
felt like Don Lemon for a second.
Yeah, that's not good, buddy.
No, but I'm just-
no
I
one's
felt-
gonna buy. What would you say?
right, that's-
No, I felt like it was
Okay?
soft.
No, but let me tell you.
Oh, you felt soft.
The quality,
Okay, then maybe.
the quality of this thing, I wear. Valuetainment shows right here. Rob, can you zoom in to show different features of the shirt? Valuetainment logo right here, gold. Future looks bright on the side. VT on the side. And anybody and everybody who's bought this, this is low-key maybe our best item we have on there, quality-wise, low-key. If you're somebody that wears dress shirts, get the white, the black, and the blue. Wear it for a month, 3 times. If you don't like it, I want to call and talk to you. I will literally FaceTime you and say, how can you not like these shirts that you wear them? But you got to order all 3 of them, go put them on, sport them, and leave that button open so people see that Valuetainment logo right there to see who you're representing, especially if you support this brand, if you love what we do here. Go get yourself a polo shirt. Rob, if you can put the link below to the business section, that would be great for people to go place the order here. VT merch. By the way, the black is sick because it's gold on black. Look at that right there. Zoom in a little bit, Rob.
That is dope.
Damn, that's sick. And then what does the white one look like? Rob, can we go to see what the white one looks like? White one looks like? You
White.
got the
White and
gold. Ooh, that looks so good. Look at that.
That is a dope
Guys,
shirt.
you wear this, and your lady sees you with this. I'm telling you right now, studies have shown 40 weeks later something could happen. It could cost you $350,000 if you wear the shirt. That's what the quality is. The quality's got a lot of special things that's going on. Again, go to vtmerch.com.
It's pretty expensive for the
Place
horizontal
your
box.
order. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.